the worst thing that can happen is I have an unhappy customer. That would crush me.
Yeah.
That I don't sleep when that happens. My stomach turns. Like, I worry about that. That is a big deal for me.
Hey there, welcome back to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. I'm your host, Jan Simon, and this season we're raising the bar, diving into the passion, purpose, and defining moments of leaders who don't just aim high, they live there. Big ideas, real stories. Let's get into it. Today on Above and Beyond, we sit down with Roxy Szigat, a lifelong artist, entrepreneur, and creative force behind Rox Ink Calligraphy. From discovering calligraphy at just 14 years old to turning a side hustle into a thriving business, Roxy's journey spans record stores, corporate boardrooms, international adventures, and now a flourishing creative studio in Gilbert, Arizona. Her work transforms everything from wedding invitations to luxury goods and even fine line tattoos, all crafted entirely by hand. Get ready to be inspired by Roxy's passion, artistry, and unstoppable drive.
Wow. I think that should be my eulogy.
There you go.
It's incredible. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's start, because one of the things I didn't ask you about, and we can kind of jump into this, is tell me about early life of Roxy.
Early life. Well, let's see. So I was actually born in Torrance, which is kind of funny because I ended up Torrance, California. I ended up
I was
living
thinking
there.
Italy. Is that Italy?
Torrance, California is a South Bay city.
Okay.
But I don't remember any of that. I do remember living in Rosemead, California as a kid, and the most formative years, I think, from like 9 to teens, took place in San Gabriel, which is just south of Pasadena, California.
Okay.
And anyone who remembers Pasadena, it was super charming back in the day.
Yeah.
Had an old town where you went on your first dates, kind of a thing, and had a coffee, and now it's gentrified. It's completely different. It's beautiful, but it's just a very different place than when I grew up. So I grew up in San Gabriel, mom and a dad, and 2 sisters and a brother, and I went to Catholic school.
Okay.
Even though my dad was Jewish.
Like traditional Catholic school?
I went to a
with the
parochial
nuns
school,
and all that?
yes, with the uniform and the nuns.
Okay.
And it was a fantastic foundation, I think, for anybody to, I think it's a great idea to have some kind of a foundation, whatever that is.
And you said your dad was Jewish.
Dad was Jewish, and we didn't practice Judaism, but we were made very aware of our heritage.
Okay.
And did all the things, but we had a Christmas tree every year.
Huh. Okay.
So that was really important.
Did you have blue lights on the Christmas tree?
We did not.
Okay.
We did not have a menorah or any of that stuff in the house at all. However, we were made very aware of our heritage. It was very important, and we watched all the shows and all of that, the Holocaust and all of this, and it was really cool because I remember my mom saying, just because this happened to these people doesn't mean it can't happen to a different set of people. Just know that.
True.
So I thought, okay, well, that's a good lesson to take away from this. It's
Yeah.
just not all about that. It could happen in the future. So that was interesting. Yeah, that's where I grew up. I'm still very close to my childhood friends.
Really?
Oh yeah, my husband and I drove out to California last month.
Okay.
To see everybody, and yeah, the childhood friends were all still very connected.
What was Roxy like as a child?
Incredibly shy.
Yeah?
Painfully shy. To go into the supermarket and ask where's the butter was a big deal. It took up a lot of nerve. Yeah, I really had to I gotta ask somebody.
So did you
where
play the
this is.
flute in high school?
No, why would I play the flute?
I don't know. I just think maybe that's
I actually started guitar.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
play any other instruments except guitar. We did have a baby grand in our house. I don't know why, but we did. And I messed around on that a little bit. But no musical instruments, although I'm a huge music lover. And live music is a big passion of mine.
Okay.
So we definitely my husband and I go out and see bands and whenever we can. And
Do you have a favorite genre?
I don't have a favorite genre, but I will tell you that my favorite music is, growing up it was Donna Summer.
Huh.
I thought she was my soul sister because we both had double N's in our first name and double M's in our second name. But I just loved her music, and I love disco. But if I were on stranded on an island and I could only have one CD, it would be something with brass, like Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago, or Stevie Wonder.
I love Chicago stuff.
Yeah, Chicago is my all-time favorite band
Really?
in the whole world. I've seen them so many times. I never get sick of it.
I've never seen them in concert, but I can tell you, I think I've worn out cassettes of Chicago.
Okay, I'm going to buy you a boombox for Christmas.
Yeah, right. I don't think I have any left, but I do have them on my phone. I've got Chicago on my phone. I love that the band stuff and the horn sections are just incredible. So I love that.
I agree. I'm not a Peter Cetera fan. I don't like the ballads so much,
Okay.
but I love the groove. And they use a lot of syncopated beat in their music, which
It's a big word.
I love. Oh, I'm a huge music fan. I
Okay.
really am.
So did you study music? You didn't study music?
I did not. I didn't know that was an option.
Huh. Okay.
I just didn't know. Yeah.
Interesting.
Never occurred to me. I didn't know people studied music.
That's crazy.
Well,
I mean, I shouldn't say that's crazy. That's not crazy. It's just interesting.
yeah, I just had no idea. So I came from a family of academics. I started university at 14 years old, which I don't recommend anyone do.
Seriously?
It's not a good idea socially.
Wow.
So I'm running around campus and I'm terrified. But the
At
courses
14?
at 14, I rode my bike to university, locked it up, took classes. I did that during the summer after 8th grade. I
That
started.
explains a lot about you. I'm just kidding.
I'm a dork.
I'm just kidding.
Because I'm a nerdy dork. It's really it was amazing. Sociologically, it was pretty fascinating because a lot of the older students took me under their wing and kind of helped me plan out my next quarter. Like
really?
don't take this professor, but take this one.
Yeah.
This kind of thing.
Back when you had to look through the catalog of.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah. That's how it was.
We used to have to look through the catalog,
There was no internet.
find the books or find the classes you wanted, and then as soon as registration opened, you start dialing the phone.
You hope you get in. But back then, so I had a counselor who helped me do all of that stuff. He would get me in first because I was
Okay.
part of the PACE program, which was pre-accelerated college education. That was when you were a freshman and a sophomore in high school.
So I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm really fascinated. 14 years old.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. I had zero social
Were you
skills.
homeschooled before that?
No, I went to the Catholic
Catholic
school. Yeah,
school.
I went to Catholic school, and I did terrible in Catholic school.
How did you get to college or university?
I was super smart. I had a great, what do you call that? IQ. I had a great IQ. So when I was a little kid, I was gifted.
Okay.
And then I got to, without going too much into it, I didn't have a great home life when I was a kid. It wasn't fantastic.
Okay.
And I think, so I wasn't doing homework. I wasn't doing any of the projects. It's kind of funny when you're in 4th grade, everybody does a mission project. I have no memory of that whatsoever. I don't remember doing a mission project when I was in the 4th grade, but everybody did it. So either I did it and I don't remember, or I just never did it.
Wow.
So there were a lot of things that, when you go home and you have other things to take care of, homework kind of goes to the wayside.
Yeah.
Now, my younger sister, who grew up in the same household, got straight A's. So she just kind of like locked herself in the closet and did what she had to do and blocked out the rest of it. But I couldn't do that.
Okay.
So my up to 8th grade, I really don't even know how I graduated 8th grade. My grades were terrible, terrible. But my parents were academics, and they were very insistent that I go to university that year that I graduated 8th grade. So that summer, it was the best thing they ever could have done for me. What a gift. Seriously, what a gift, because I loved it, and I flourished. I thrived. It was
Okay.
amazing. So I'm so glad they did that. Yeah, it was incredible. So I did that in the summers, freshman, sophomore, and then junior year. And then junior year, they move you from PACE to ACE. It's no longer pre-accelerated, it's accelerated. And I
Okay.
don't know if these programs still
I have
are around.
no idea.
But
It's way smarter than I could ever
then
feel to be.
I told my mom, I said, why am I going to high school when I'm already doing college? And in high school, I was doing AP classes that were giving me college credits anyway. So I was like, why am I doing this? And it was $33 a quarter. That was my tuition back in 1982.
Really?
I'm 57. I'm not afraid to tell my age.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm 57. So this was 1982. I was 14 years old.
Okay.
And it was really affordable. So all I really had to worry about were the books, which I got used. It was no big deal. But then I started taking art classes, and that's where it gets expensive. So you got to spend all that money on supplies.
Yep.
But anyway, it was fabulous. I loved it. But that was my youth. I really didn't really have a lot of friends except for the kids I grew up with, because I never really learned social skills. I never learned that. In school, I was incredibly shy, And whenever I needed something, I had my dad there to kind of like help me along. He was my bestie. So, yeah, I didn't see I just didn't see any reason to have friends, or didn't really need that or want it or know how to get it.
Interesting.
Oh, and then in university, I'm hanging out with kids who are older than me. So I've always connected with people who are older than me, always. So that kind of made sense. And then once I stepped away from university, I took a break. And then I moved out of my parents' house. And I thought, okay, well, I better figure out how to earn a living. So I started working in 1986, I got a job at Music Plus. If you're not from California, Southern California, you don't know it.
Record store?
It's a record store.
Okay.
So I worked in one of the stores at Music Plus for about a year, and then they had an opening at the main office in downtown LA, or it was kind of an offshoot. It was a weird area of LA on Alameda, and it was called Show Industries, or City One Stop. They were the ones where all the records came in. So I supported the 4 owners there, which was kind of neat. Well, I was sucked at it. It was terrible. I was so bad. I don't know how they put up with me. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no experience. So they moved me into the catalog department, and
Like Columbia House?
the catalog department is where you send out the list of all the top hits.
Oh.
So I was the one generating those reports.
So you got to decide who the top hits were?
I did not decide that. It was all sent to me, but I was working on a Wang. Does anybody remember? Do you remember a Wang?
Wang, uh-huh.
Before Microsoft Office came out and all that stuff? Yeah. Yeah, I learned BASIC and Fortran way back in the day. I know I'm totally aging myself here. Yeah.
AS400, AS?
So, yes. So I worked on a Wang back then. And then when Show Industries was purchased by Shamrock purchased that, a lot of people got laid off. So I figured out, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was still working all the while. I was working at a hospital. My dad got me that job when I was, young, and was working as an admitting person in emergency room and in the front office. It was a great job. It was a wonderful job. So that's kind of where I learned my social skills, through work, where people were like, yeah, no, you can't do that, Roxy. That's not okay. That kind of thing. It was great when someone would actually come up to me and say, yeah, no, that's not appropriate behavior. You can't do that. Otherwise, how do you learn?
Right.
How do you learn?
Well, you have to. Yeah.
So ultimately, I think a headhunter reached out to me. She was a big mentor for me, Mona Sjöstrand. She was from Guadalajara, and she was married to a Swedish guy, or Norwegian, I think. And she had her own company for employment agency. And I better take a drink just in case I get parched.
You should probably hydrate. Mm-hmm. It's important.
So she placed me at my first investment banking job. And that happened. And then I'm kind of skipping over all your questions. I'm just giving you
Oh, you're good.
the nutshell version.
We'll circle back at some point.
So I worked at Dean Witter Reynolds. They were Dean Witter Reynolds back in the day. I don't know if they still exist. And I was dating this guy from the emergency room. And we had a baby.
Oh.
Little Ryan. Yeah, little Ryan was born.
So you have a son. It's only one, or do you have multiple?
One is great.
Okay.
He is wonderful. So I had him, and then I went to work for Smith Barney, which became Smith Barney Shearson. So I left you. So all in the investment banking world. So this was where I had my corporate experience, which was fabulous.
What did you do for?
I was an administrative assistant.
Okay.
And I supported anywhere between 4 and 5 bankers.
Okay.
But they can be in all different areas of investment banking. They can be in senior debt, or they can be in corporate finance, or whatever they were in. I was.
Them.
Yes, exactly. And it was a great job because I made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the year-end bonuses were fabulous. The benefits were incredible.
Yeah. Sorry.
Gosh, it was amazing.
The benefits, that's something people don't think about, like owning your own business. There's no benefits.
There are no benefits.
I mean, no benefits.
No benefits.
And Christine and I, we had, I don't remember what she had before. Did we have Aetna? No, we had Cigna. And then Cigna decides they don't want to be in the individual world. Then we get Aetna. Aetna decides they don't want to be in the individual. It's like, okay, where do we go? Anyway, sorry.
You don't go anywhere, and you pay through the nose. That's what you do. And you hope that you're healthy, and you never use your insurance.
Right. You never need it.
I never use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been paying.
I pay cash pay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I have insurance.
Yeah.
I have catastrophic insurance.
Yep.
It costs me about $3,000 a year.
Yep.
Because if I go on my husband's, that will cost me $800 a month.
Yeah.
I'm not worth it.
Isn't that
because
crazy?
I don't need it.
I mean, and I understand. I mean, obviously being in insurance, I understand how it all works and blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, we've gotten to a point where too many people are using it as a sickness thing, right? A maintenance plan versus paying cash for some things, the little stuff, and then using it as catastrophic stuff. But yeah, it's so stupid expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And as a business owner, you're like, okay, maybe I have to hire an employee so I can get a group plan.
Right.
So I can get actually some type of coverage.
Right.
Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Well, one of the benefits that I have found being a solopreneur, I'm going to call myself, or a small business owner, is that opening that solo 401k, which gives me the option to contribute more than if I just had a regular 401k.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like...
Do you have
I think it's just called a solo 401k.
Solo 401k,
yeah.
okay.
But I mean, you can invest, I don't know what the max is, $18,000 or something, employee and employer. So that's $36,000 a year you can invest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Pre-tax.
Yeah, that's
So,
incredible.
yeah.
That's incredible.
That's where it's at for me. That's the biggest
for sure.
plus.
For sure.
Whereas if I'm working for, I mean, you know how a 401k works, and I'm kind of handcuffed. I can only do, what is it, 69?
Yeah.
You only put in this much, and then I think you can only contribute. I don't remember what the contribution limits are, but yeah, that's not for me.
No.
I want to put in as much as I can put in while I'm young and healthy.
Oh, for sure.
Young 57 and healthy. Yeah.
Young 57. You know what's crazy? And this is a total side tangent. So somebody today asked me how old I was. I said 53. Well, I'm 54, which, yes. I was driving away and I'm like, I was born in so I'm 54.
So you
Because I was born in
lied.
January of 71. I didn't lie. I just forgot. But what's weird is, as I've been kind of going through this whole thought process of the business and planning the business and where do I want to go with it in the next 5 years, and the next 10 years, the next 15 years, I'm like, wait a second, 10 years, I'm going to be 64. Crap. I get my shit together.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with being 64.
No.
I mean, the idea of retiring seems ridiculous to me.
Oh, it does. I agree. 100%.
I don't know what I would do.
I know what I would do. Well, I don't know what I would do. I would fill my time with something. I have so many projects going
Yeah,
on.
I'm sure. So retired people are the busiest people I know.
Oh, for sure.
They are. They are.
I'd
But
probably
I just
make
can't
stuff.
imagine letting go. I really love what I do, and I imagine you do too.
Well, yeah, and I think about what you're doing. You have the ability to say yes or no, right? Whenever you want. You can do an event or not. You can do, you do the glasses for me, which I love, and I need to get you a few more. But you have the ability to do that. I'm at a point now where I'm not where I want to be from a financial perspective with the business, but I'm getting close, which then allows me to say, okay, can I get Christine to a point where she doesn't have to work anymore? She can if she wants, but doesn't have to. I can support us, and then I can do pet projects, but continue to keep the business going, whatever that is. So it's funny because in my younger years, I always thought to be successful, I would have to be big and employ a bunch of people and all this other stuff. And the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't really need that. This number is good number to be at. Mm-hmm. If I'm making that much a year, I can pretty much do what I want when I want with who I want. Hey.
Yeah. Everybody's benchmark is going to be different.
And you have a creative thing. Like, I love being creative. I don't know if I ever showed you. I do Halloween decorations and stuff. So my house is stupid at Halloween and Christmas.
I heard about that. I did hear.
And there's like this.
We're waiting for our invitation.
Yeah, well, we may get there. We're working on it. But like, I love creating things, right? Being able to see something like this table. I mean, making this table, I had an idea in my head of what I wanted my table to look like for the podcast. It wasn't working. I got pissed off. I told Christine, I'm going to American Furniture Warehouse. I'm buying a table. And she goes, why?
This
I
is
said,
perfect.
because I can't. I walk in there. I walk in the showroom. I see a table that looks very similar to this. I sit down, and I'm like, I don't like the color of this table. I asked the sales guy, do you have any other colors? Nope, this is the only one. I'm like, okay, thanks. Write down the dimensions. I'm like, I'm going to go build it.
Yep.
You know, and I went home and built it. I love being able to do that sort of thing, right? And I can only imagine with what you do is similar. I mean, you have beautiful work that you do, amazing artwork. Everybody that I've given a glass to loves it. And obviously without you I couldn't have done it, and you directed me to get the the front done, and then the back you're doing is amazing. But as we'll say, as you age, right? Why would you want to stop?
First of all, thank you for the kind words. That is really nice. And I feel privileged to even be a part of this podcast.
Oh, well, thank you.
I think you're awesome, and I think the podcast is amazing, and I'm privileged to be a part of it.
Thank you.
The second thing is, I really don't feel that I'm being very creative in my job.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the challenges for me.
But people can't do what you do.
But I'm doing what people tell me to do. There's no creativity whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, and making this desk, there's no creativity. You could argue that. You could say, I mean, I took a snapshot in my brain of what I thought this looked like.
No, I disagree. So I'll tell you, honestly, the types of projects that I enjoy, the ones that I really relish are, so I'm going to have to mention Karen Gadberry in this, because she constantly pushes me out of my comfort zone.
Give me shoes.
I mean, the first foil pair of shoes I ever did was for her.
No kidding.
And I think I lost 2 years of my life doing that.
That's funny.
Because it was hard, and I didn't know how it was going to turn out. And I was so stressed. I was like, oh my God, what if this looks like crap? Like, what am I, like, is there a way to fix it? There's no going back. Once you foil that, it's foiled.
Well,
so you better not screw it up.
Well, and you could say the same thing for glass.
Nah, glasses are a dime a dozen. I can get another glass.
They're not. I mean, I would love to learn to weld. Like, I think being able to weld so I could make tabletops, deep pour epoxy, awesome tabletops.
You can learn to
and weld the legs. And somebody's like, oh, it's easy, just do it. I'm like, that seems so hard to me. They're like, no, woodworking's hard. You cut it too short, you got to get another piece of wood.
A lot of swear words.
Same thing with glass. You screw it up.
But it's just a glass.
But it's just a piece of wood.
No, but it's different.
No, it's not.
So
You're incredible at what you do. You shouldn't discount that.
I'm not. I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate it. But honestly, we replaced all the carpet on our top floor with laminate, and then my husband put in all the baseboards. And every time the baseboard was too short, there were a lot of swear words.
Oh,
but and that is a big process, because he had to measure again, and then you had to go down, and then you had to place it right, and then you had to cut it, then back up the stairs. Yes. And then put it in, and it was a big process. Well, if I mess up a glass, I just grab another one. It's no big deal. I just grab another glass. I didn't make the glass.
No, but I mean,
it's no big deal.
Okay, but if you've got $1,000 bottle of bourbon,
that's a problem.
Yeah,
yes, that takes years off of my life as well.
Okay, so there you go.
That does, yeah.
I mean, and it's funny because I replaced all the laminate in our house, the entire house, upstairs. I did the downstairs. A few years later, I did the upstairs. Well, when I did the upstairs, I was moving too quickly, and I didn't round the corners, which all the corners are rounded. So there's a couple that are like, nobody will notice except for me.
Right. Like, it's not covered by the baseboard?
Well, because it's squared off and the baseboard.
Oh, I'm going to notice now. I'm going to look for that.
You will never be upstairs in the house. But anyways, I digress. But I don't think you should discount what you do, because I think what you do...
I'm not discounting, and I don't mean to sound that way, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of the projects that I do. What I'm saying is they're not creative for me. The shoes that I did for Karen, the painting on the top of them, like, I love to paint.
Do you ever...
The bottles, oh my God, I love painting. Like, that is creative. Somebody gives me an idea, and I go with it. But other than that, people are like, okay, I need place cards, and I need it to be in this script. Well, that's not creative work. That's me doing creative work, yes, but it's not a creative process.
When you say painting, do you do imagery? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I create all kinds of stuff. I don't do people. I don't do pets.
But if I gave you a picture, of, let's say a farmhouse, and I said, hey, I want this to look haunted, you could do that.
I could do it. So for Jeff Bride's 50th birthday party, I gave him a bottle of vodka, which I'm
Okay.
sure he'll never drink now because he's not drinking.
Hey.
But I pilfered a photo off of his Facebook of his truck, the top of a mountain somewhere. It was just the best picture. And I thought, this is what I'm going to paint on that. It was a big vodka bottle.
Wow.
So there was a lot of space. And I painted that on there for him. He was so happy.
No kidding.
But it doesn't look exact, but he knows what it is when he looks at it.
Yeah.
And I loved doing it. For me, that's creative.
Do you do commissioned artwork at all?
Oh, yeah. I do it all the time.
Okay.
But that's not the stuff, that's not what Rox Ink Calligraphy and engraving is
Well,
about.
no,
I'm doing live events, really.
Right.
I'm going on site. I'm doing what they tell me to do. Here, Roxy, we're going to give you a bunch of MAC cosmetics. Engrave whatever the person wants on it. Okay, no problem. Love it. Grateful for the work. It's very lucrative. I'm happy to sit there for 4 or 5 hours in Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus or wherever and do that. It's no problem. I enjoy it. The people, the customers are great.
Yeah.
And the teams that I work with are incredible. So I love doing that. It's a wonderful way to spend my day. I'm incredibly lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's really, that's incredible. But I will say it's luck, but I've also worked really hard to build those relationships.
Oh, I'm sure.
And to seek out the people who want to hire me for this. So it's a lot of work.
Do you work, and this just popped in my head, Luann Lennox, Tequila Snobs.
Yeah.
Do you ever do events with her where you're like, hey, let's bring...
She doesn't sell it.
See,
She doesn't sell the tequila. So she and I have talked about that, and recently, actually.
she should.
Yeah, she doesn't sell it, but she would have to get a license for that. She's not a distributor. And the license to sell alcohol is incredibly expensive. So I don't know how she would recover that based on the cost of a bottle. I mean, it doesn't make sense for her.
Yeah.
But what she sells is the tasting itself,
Right.
which is incredible.
Right. But I'm just thinking, if she could have bottles there...
Yeah, the second I met her and I heard what she does, I was like, oh my God, we've got to collaborate.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, no, easy there, killer. That is not what I do. And I said, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. And then I understood a little bit better. But yeah, it doesn't work.
Huh.
And I don't want to do small projects. So I think about, well, if she has a party of 16 people, then I can engrave shot glasses, but that's not really worth my time.
Yeah.
So I have a project minimum, which I lower for APN Vogue. But I do have a project minimum, and otherwise, it's costing me so much money to go back and forth in email to figure out what people want.
Makes sense.
How do you want this? I've got all my templates, and they really save a lot of time. But then there are those projects where every project is different, even if it fits into the category. They're all different. Everybody wants something custom, which I love, and that's what I specialize in. So there's a lot of communication, and that takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I have to have that minimum, and I have to charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Which when people stop and they're like, oh, it's so expensive. It's like, okay, but we're talking
It's not
time.
expensive. It's just not in your budget.
Yeah. It's time. And I think about that with woodworking.
You're
people are
asking for custom artistry.
It's like people
not
are like,
going to be
what would
cheap.
you charge for this? When I make the bourbon boxes or those types of things, what would you charge? It's like, I have no idea, but I have hours into building these. Hours. And if at my business I'm $100 an hour, I mean, you're talking a lot of money,
Well, that's what I did. I sat down and I thought, what do I want to make per hour? And that's what I started charging people. And it took me a long time to get there.
Yeah.
A really long time.
You have to, I think, get comfortable with yourself to be able to say, I am worth this. And
I wasn't comfortable with myself, but I did it anyway, and you'd be surprised how many people
just said, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
I mean, I tend to not go for the cheapest person.
Yeah.
When I'm hiring somebody to do something, I don't go for the cheapest person ever. Ever.
I used to tell my ex-wife, and this is not why she's my ex, but I used to tell my ex-wife that there are certain things that you should pay additional for, right? There's things that the money is worth it. And I think that that's one of those things that it is, I mean, what you're doing. So,
well,
this episode of Above and Beyond is brought to you by the amazing sponsors who help bring this show to life. A heartfelt thank you to Above Par Network, elevating connections and creating impact. Foundation Insurance Services, protecting what matters most with confidence and care. Maritime Credit Card Processing, empowering businesses through expert consulting and unwavering support. And Rox Ink Calligraphy, bringing beauty and personal flair to every handwritten detail. We're proud to partner with these outstanding businesses who share our passion for excellence. For more about our sponsors and exclusive podcast content, visit abovebeyondpodcast.com.
It's a discretionary purchase. My clients are really the people who have the extra funds where they can afford something like that. I'm not looking for the budget bride.
Yep.
I'm not looking for the client that wants to have me at their wedding, but they don't want to pay for, we only need you for an hour. I wish I could be there and help you, but it's not really worth. I would love to be there for you, but
the 45-minute commute to and from and
I
set
just
up
think
and
about
everything
this
else.
this is not a sustainable business plan. I cannot do that.
Yeah. Well, and so in doing that, you're probably opening up opportunity for the ones that will pay you.
Yeah, I would rather take the day off and spend it with my dog and my husband than do something on the cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't make me feel good.
So let's talk about your husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love talking about my husband.
So
My hunky.
first, how long have you guys been together?
Together, I want to say 13 years. He could probably tell you the hours and the minutes.
Okay.
But this is 2000. Yeah, 13 years. Just
Okay.
over 13 years.
So walk me through. I mean, he's from Germany.
He's from Germany.
Okay.
He was living in Germany when I met him.
Okay. How did you get to Germany?
I moved for him.
Really? Did
Yeah.
you meet him on like some dating app or something?
No, I didn't, but I'm not opposed to that. I mean, I dated a lot on dating apps when I was single. Wasn't looking for Mr. Right. I was looking for Mr. Right now, and I had a blast.
Yeah.
I think dating apps are awesome, and I
Okay.
encourage every single person to do it. It is amazing. And
Okay.
even if you have a bum date, I'm a huge advocate of dating apps. I think they're amazing. They put people in your path you wouldn't otherwise meet.
Yeah.
And I will say that a lot of the guys that I met on dating apps some are still my friends. We didn't date, but I would meet them and realize, okay, I'm not attracted to you in that way, and maybe they weren't attracted to me in that way, but we connected in some, maybe intellectually or whatever it was, musically or whatever it is.
Interesting.
And I've been friends with some of my friends I met on a dating app like 5 years ago or whenever it started.
No
I
kidding.
mean, we've been friends forever.
Wow.
And they love my husband, and there's no weirdness there. 'Cause
Yeah.
neither one of us are super jealous people. We're not jealous at all. But I really hope that single people go out and explore that in a safe way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would never be opposed to meeting somebody on a dating app. I did it.
So how did you meet him?
I'm just really making you wait for that answer.
I am just chewing at this. I'm like, this is killing me.
No, it's the greatest way. It was very organic. So one of my girlfriends, I traveled with her a lot in the past. We flew to Australia, and she was I'm from the South Bay, the Hermosa Beach area, and she was also a South Bayer. I don't remember. I think we met through our friend Vin, who decided he was going to take a year off of work. This is way back in the day, and travel the world. And he did. And before he left, Lynn, who's my friend, Vin, and a couple other people got together. We all shaved his head right before he left. So Vin he said, I'm going to be in Australia on these dates. You guys have to come meet me. So Lynn and I met him. We did. And Lynn met Marcus from Germany through Vin as well.
Okay.
She married him. Marcus and Lynn had a couple of kids. I was Auntie Rox. I was always over there.
Okay.
They ended up moving to Temecula.
Okay.
So when I would go to visit, I would spend my time with the babies. But all of the women in that group, that neighborhood, I called them the Hots, the housewives of Temecula. There was a lot of drama, a lot of stuff going on, but I just watched from the sidelines. I wasn't involved in any of it.
Okay.
And Marcus turned 40 and invited all of his German friends to a big weekend. These Germans can party like no one I've partied with in my life. So the night before, Torsti, my husband's Torsten, and I call him Torsti, and most of our friends do too. The night before he arrived for the party, everybody met up with me in Hermosa, because that's where I lived, and we all partied. And I invited some of my girlfriends. There were some single Germans there, so I invited everybody, and we had a blast. The next day, Torsti arrives. I didn't get to meet him. He came with his friend Michael, and they went straight to Temecula. The following day was the day of the party. And I thought, gosh, I don't know if I should go. I've got my contract with this. At this point, I was no longer working in investment banking, but I was working as a consultant. I would go into companies and figure out where they were bleeding, fix that. So one contract had just ended. I didn't have another one. And I thought, ugh, I'm kind of bummed out. I don't know if I want to go to this party. And Lindsay says, no, you have to come. You got to come to the party. The kids are waiting to see you. We're waiting to see you. You're coming. They had rented a limo. We did a wine country thing with a bunch of Germans who didn't drink wine, but they found a vending machine.
Where's the beer?
Yeah. So I show up at the party. Apparently I was late, but I don't remember this. And I mean, this is March of 2012.
Okay.
I walk in. I see all the hots. I see their husbands. And I see this tall guy, super cute, in the kitchen, who has Roxy written all over him. And I looked at his finger, and I didn't
Not
see.
Literally. It's not literally written all
But
over.
he was my type.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a type, but if I did, he would have
He
been
was it. Okay.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to picture Roxy written all over this German
he didn't
guy.
have Roxy written all over him, but that'd been cool if he had, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, he didn't have a ring, and I looked around the room to see if there was an extra person that maybe was his honey bunny. And I didn't see anyone, so I went over and I reached out my hand and I looked straight up and I said, "Hi, I'm Roxy." And he looked down at me and he says, "Hi, I'm Roxy," in a German accent. And I thought, so that was kind of like, all right, well, nice to meet you. And I kind of went on my way. So we did the whole limo weekend. It was wonderful and fantastic. And we kind of, saw each other now and again. It was a big party. And he came over to me at some point and said, "So Lindsay thinks that you and I would be a great match." And I thought, oh, he does speak English. The problem was he was drunk at noon on a Friday. And I said, "Oh, she does." I said, "Well, that's very thoughtful of her. I'm sure you're a very nice man, but you're smoking. And there's no good or bad, no right or wrong, just different. And it's not part of my lifestyle. I was playing volleyball. I was very fit, living at the beach." And he said, "Oh." And then he said, he did this with his hands, like weighing the options, right? And he said, "Trau," which is dream girl, "Rauchen," which is smoking. He threw his cigarette away, and I haven't seen him smoke since.
No kidding.
I'm sure he has, but I just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
He did it. He doesn't do it now, but I'm sure he did it on the rest of that trip.
Yeah.
So, long story longer, what ended up happening was his buddy Michael said, "Hey, we're driving up the coast. We'd love to stop in Hermosa and stay at your place. Would that be okay?" Well, I had an extra room in my condo. So I said, "Sure, you guys are welcome." So they stayed, and I took them to Palos Verdes and the cliffs and wherever I could take them. And then they said, "Well, we're heading up to Santa Cruz to go meet up with another German girl, a friend of ours. Would you want to join us?" So I went to volleyball the next day, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy, like, he's a player. He wants me to go up to Santa Cruz. He's going to get frisky. I'm 44. I'm not in the," and he was 39. "I'm not in the mood for some, foreign fling. This guy I'm never going to see again. And one of my friends, Lisa, said, "Roxy, go. And if you don't like it, come home." I said, "Oh, well, that's pretty." So I booked a flight to San Jose, and he picked me up from the airport. We went. We had a great time. It was amazing. So, and he got food poisoning, which kind of ruled out the frisky part. So that was awesome.
That helps.
Yeah. So then he ended up flying back to Germany, and then we were just kind of long distance for 9 months. He came back in August of that year. I'm sorry, I think I went there in August of that year. I can't remember. And then he came in September, or vice versa. I can't remember. December, I was packing my stuff. Oh, I know what I did. In August or September, when I went there, I went on a job interview.
Okay.
And December, packed up my stuff. He came to get me, and we flew to Germany. Before I did that, I sat down with my volleyball girls, and I said, "How do I sell all my stuff and go to Germany?" And my friend Lisa says, "Rock, if you don't like." And I said, "Oh, God, that's really great advice." And so that kind of made me feel like, all right, well, I'm not stuck. I can always come back.
Yeah.
My friends are here for me. This is my network.
Yeah.
Living in the South Bay is pretty incredible. It's a great group of people, very, very tight-knit. And I still feel that way, even though I haven't been back there in a while. It's still very tight. So I went. I lived there for 3 years. I integrated. I learned the language. I taught English. I taught CEOs and high-level executives English, and started my own business, as well as worked for 3 other German companies.
Wow.
We got engaged in Italy in 14 maybe, 13, 14, had to be 14. And then we got married in California on a cliff, on those cliffs where I toured him in 2015 and went back to Germany. Then we had our German wedding in July of that same year. Yeah, it's been a blast. I love living in Germany. It was amazing. He is the most amazing person I have ever met.
That's awesome.
Incredibly supportive. No matter what I do, he's behind me 100%. Even if in his mind he's thinking, that's crazy. But, whenever I say, hey, you know what, I'm going to add this to my business, he's like, oh, okay, let's see how that goes. And then it works.
Yeah.
And so now at this point, I just keep saying, okay, I'm going to add tattooing. He's like, all right, sounds great. Do it. He just is behind me 100%.
So you do actual tattooing?
I do.
Really?
It's fine line.
Yeah.
Tiny tattooing. That means it's super small somewhere, and that means there's no shading. Or I'm not doing any major stuff.
Gotcha.
It's literally monoline.
Tiny little things.
It's a tiny little thing, and I can go to a wedding and sit there. You'd be surprised how many drunk grooms get tattooed.
At wedding.
It happens.
So what does he do?
My husband is a walking cliche. He's a German mechanical engineer, and he does not actually do that. That's what his degree. He also has his master's in woodworking, which is where you guys connect.
He has a
master's in woodworking.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's incredible. Incredible. He speaks 5 different languages. Some of the languages are just dirty words, but it counts.
Wow, yeah.
No, he can speak Swedish, he can speak Russian, he can speak German.
Well, say if you can
Dutch.
speak German, German's like the worst language out there, other than Dutch.
I will tell you, learning it was not that bad.
Really?
Yeah, because what you see, it's like Hawaiian. Every syllable is pronounced.
I took German for a semester in college because I was supposed to take 2 years of a foreign language. I had 2 years of Spanish in high school, failed miserably, took a year and a half in college of Spanish, failed miserably. So I thought, I'm going to try German. Oh, God.
It can be a challenge, but honestly, I bet if you did it now, you'd get it.
Yeah.
And the conjugation is the same across all languages. It's the same. It's amazing. So yeah, I mean, if you know English,
Yeah.
you can do any other language. It works the same. So I'm going to encourage you to take a class and try that.
Right.
Go add Babbel onto your phone.
Get German.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I would say if I could learn, it would either be German or Dutch. Like, I think my heritage, but I think that would be cool. Like Spanish is like, yeah, that's cool. And I understand enough Spanish. I can't really speak it, but I understand enough. But German and Dutch is like, just throw rocks in your mouth and pretend.
Yes. Well, German's not very different if you're from Bavaria. It sounds like you've got a potato in your mouth. Yeah, it's terrible.
That's too funny. You have a son. How old's your son?
He will be 34 in November.
Kids? Grandkids?
No, I have a dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he and his girlfriend are not going to reproduce. They've
what's
decided.
funny is we have kids at home that have pretty much said the same thing.
Yeah, this generation has decided, nope, not doing it.
However, my daughter, we're going to be grandparents in
That's amazing.
I know. So excited.
Well, I will live vicariously through you. That's incredible.
Stupid excited.
I can't even imagine how that feels.
Yeah, hopefully everything, works out well for them. So
Why wouldn't it?
there's been little, I'm not even going to call them complications. There's been little things that have happened along the way with regards to the development. Oh. So it's a boy. They're saying he's fine as far as everything, but there's certain growth indicators and things that he's smaller and whatever. So I'm just he's going to be a late bloomer. His dad's tall. My son-in-law is 6'3", probably 6'2".
Wow.
So he's tall.
Wow.
But anyways, so.
I need to interject.
Yeah.
My favorite letter is D. And the reason I'm saying that is because when I post this, I want to know who is going to find out what my favorite letter is.
Oh, that's funny.
So that I know.
To listen to it. You will have to listen till minute 46
yes.
or so.
Yes.
The letter D. That's funny. That was
pretty
that
random.
was one of the most random things that have ever happened to me. I'm
Girl, where do I go with that?
I know. It's kind of one of those things where it's crap. Am I supposed to remember something?
No, I just think it's kind of cool. When I post this, I'm going to say, hey,
what's my favorite letter?
What's my favorite letter?
And
if you can tell me, maybe I'll have a prize or something for them.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think so.
It's funny. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, Christina's told me something, and I'm like, am I supposed to remember
What did
this?
Christine tell me about the letter D?
What did Roxy tell me before we started that I'm supposed to remember?
Nope. Nothing
Oh, that's too funny.
relevant.
When did you move back to Arizona?
We moved in 2020. It was during COVID, and we did not know that there was a mass exodus from California to Arizona, so we didn't mean to infringe and hurt the market and do whatever everybody's upset about. But we were just kind of sitting around, and a bunch of people had returned. I had to return invitations to people because their weddings were being postponed.
Where you live before
Living in California.
Okay.
I was living in Torrance, the near the hospital where I was born.
Okay.
It's near Hermosa Beach, but just inland.
Okay.
It just gave us more space. And I had canceled workshops. I mean, just all the things, right, with COVID. And so we're sitting there, and I don't get depressed. I just don't. I figure stuff out, but at this particular point, I thought, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with my business? We've been here now 4 years, and things were taking off. It was doing really well. And now I'm at ground zero. I felt very stagnant, and there was despair, which that's a new feeling for me. I'd never really felt that before, but I had despair. I'm not comfortable living off of my husband. I could, and he has made it very clear that I don't have to work, and I can't imagine doing that. That has never been a part of my personality or my makeup or ever, except, that's not true, when I had my son for the first 2 years of life. It was very important to me and my ex-husband that I be there for him. Those developmental years are important, and I was grateful to him that I got the gift to stay with him, to stay with my son. But I did work from home still. I still did a little side gig. It's in my nature to constantly be doing something. I cannot not work, and I'm incredibly motivated by money.
Yeah.
I love to save money. I love it because I know at some point I'm going to need it.
Yeah.
At some point I might need that money. So that is a big motivating factor for me.
Okay.
So, COVID 2020, and I said, look, he's 5 years younger than me, but I said, look, where do we want to land? Where do we want to end up? What do you think? Do you want to go back to Europe? Do you want to stay here in the States? I kept hoping he'd want to go back. He'd say, this place sucks. Let's go back. He didn't, because he's flourishing. He's thriving.
Yeah.
This guy he's amazing. His company values him, and he loves his company. And he is just, okay, so you get the idea.
Yeah.
So no, he said, okay, let me do my research. And he did the German research and evaluated every state in America that he thought was a viable solution. And we even traveled to these places for our due diligence, right, to check and see whether or not it was something that we could tolerate. He chose Gilbert, Arizona.
Wow.
Of all places. I had no idea I had friends living here. I didn't know. And I say friends, but they're people that I've known for years, not more acquaintances, but now friends, but there was a lapse. I didn't know they were here. And I said, why there? What do you think he said, Jan? Why do you think he chose Gilbert, Arizona in 2020?
Mormons?
No.
I don't know.
My beer-drinking husband did not choose it for Mormons.
Gilbert, Arizona in 2020.
Number 4 safest city in America.
Oh, wow.
It's not that anymore.
No.
But it was.
Huh.
And Germans are known for being risk-adverse, and he fits all the stereotypes.
Wow.
Yeah. So he brought us here. I said, great, you choose a city, I'll choose a house. We chose a cute little house. I say little, it was 2,500 square feet in the islands.
Okay.
Loved it. Lived there for 3 years and moved 0.7 miles north where we are now, and with a little more space so that I could have my 2 studios and he can have his office. We still have space for a guest. And yeah, it fits. It works for us.
That's awesome.
So that was my Germany story, and that's when we came back here. And so 5 years in Arizona. Arizona has been incredibly generous, welcoming, aside from all the comments on Go Gilbert about all those crazy Californians coming over. I get it. I totally get it. But people have to understand this. When you live at a beach in California, your whole life is people coming from somewhere else.
Right.
And I don't ever remember anyone saying anything negative or derogatory to anyone else for coming to the beach. It was more like, yes, welcome to paradise. We're glad you're here.
Right.
Come play volleyball with us.
And until...
That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Until they got to a point where the government of California
Yes,
just
things
went
have
crazy.
changed. Yeah,
You know,
have changed.
it's crazy. It's crazy to me. But yeah, no, I completely understand. And in Arizona, it's funny because I moved here in '99, and it was still relatively small. I mean, I lived at Val Vista and Southern, and then in 2004 we moved to Ray and Higley. There's nothing. Mm-hmm. Nothing.
So it wasn't the Wild West. It was the Wild, Wild, Wild West.
There was nothing out there. I remember when they first started digging the freeway. My daughter's like, Dad, why are they digging the big hole? It's like, oh, they're building a freeway there. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Recently I was looking at population numbers, and since I think it's like 1985, we've doubled the Earth's population, which is insane.
Where are we supposed to go?
Yeah.
Of course we're going to come to Arizona.
Right.
But we
Exactly.
didn't know there was a mass exodus. We
No.
thought, where could we go where it's beautiful weather,
Yep.
low humidity, that was a biggie for him,
Okay.
and beautiful outside,
Gotcha.
where we could enjoy the outdoors and go camping and hiking and do all the stuff we love to do.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a perfect solution.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We love it. It's been incredible. Incredible. We're so happy we're here.
Very cool. What to you, when you think about the word success, what does that mean? Where does,
Everybody has their benchmarks. My goals are not to be on the cover of a magazine. My goals change constantly. I'm constantly reinventing that, pushing that benchmark, pushing that. So my most recent goal was for success in my mind. I mean, in general, success for me is to produce a good product and to make people happy. The worst thing that can happen is I have an unhappy customer. That would crush me.
yeah.
That I don't sleep when that happens. My stomach turns. Like, I worry about that. That is a big deal for me. So that for me, of course, is success. Yay, I did a great job and that person is happy with my product. Other than that, my personal success is being able to contribute to my family and my retirement. That is success for me. I always want my husband to feel that I'm contributing in a meaningful way. And I feel he does feel like that. This guy has no complaints at all. I work very hard. He sees how hard I work, and I am bringing home the bacon.
Yeah.
So and he doesn't even care about that. It's a bonus for him.
Yeah.
But my goal was to be able to make the mortgage, which isn't a low number.
Yeah. No.
Even though we're in Arizona, we did buy this house 2 years ago, so it is a little bit higher than what we had when we first moved here. But my goal was to make that mortgage, God forbid anything happened to my husband, I'd be able to cover that. And I can.
Nice.
So that was,
Success.
for me, that's success.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm contributing in a meaningful way.
Nice.
I've got you, babe. I've got you. I've got us.
Yeah.
We're good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Does he still have family back in Germany?
So his mom passed away about a year ago, which
Okay.
was really hard. Wonderful, wonderful woman. The mom I never really had. Incredible. Yeah, so she died last year, I want to say in March. So yeah, this March was 1 year. And he has a brother, and he's married, and they have a kid. So our nephew, Robin, and we stay in touch with all of them. Mostly Robin. He's the kid. He's very excited to come and visit someday.
Yeah.
He's about 15 or 16, I think. Okay. He always seems, the kids seem older to me than what they are.
Yeah.
And then his other brother, Stefan, is amazing. He just finished an Ironman.
Oh, wow.
But get this is a great story. So when Torsti turned 50, right after we moved here, I think. Yeah, so he was born in 72. So a few years ago, he turned 50. I had a big party for him at our place in the islands. He didn't know this, but his brother and sister-in-law were going to come. He hadn't seen his brother in 30 years.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, because they have different dads.
Okay.
I'm sorry, different moms. And so they were separated when they were younger. And there was no ill will or anything like that. They just hadn't connected.
Okay.
So his brother was going to come out, and a week before he was supposed to get on the plane, he discovered that he had cancer on his ear.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so he had cancer. So he's like, oh, my God, Roxy, this isn't going to happen. So he served in Afghanistan for Germany, and that's probably where he got it. So he was in the military up until this happened. So he had to have surgery right away. He lost his entire ear, like a bunch of stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
So now he has magnets in his head and an ear that clicks onto
Magnetizes
his,
it?
yes,
No kidding.
to his face. Like you would never know. But this guy, so he was big and bulky, like a big security guard. He lost a ton of weight and really leaned himself out. And now he does triathlons. He
Wow.
just finished an Ironman. He's in the news over there. Like, he's a famous guy.
Wow.
He's amazing. I mean, what a great
incredible.
story of
Yeah.
perseverance. So
That's
he's like,
awesome.
yeah, I kicked cancer's ass and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yeah, you did.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing.
That's incredible.
So, yeah. And his wife is incredibly supportive of him. She's amazing, Sarah.
Have they connected?
Yes. So what happened
Okay.
after that, before Torsi's mom died, the year before that, Torsi took a trip. I couldn't go. I had too many obligations. Holiday season is tough for me. So Torsi went and connected with everybody.
Oh, good.
Kind of knowing it would be maybe the last time he saw his mom. And I thought, I could go, but I really want you to spend the time with her. We FaceTimed every weekend, so it wasn't like I hadn't seen her. But he went, and so he saw his brother, met his sister-in-law, and all of that. So now I'm just the missing piece. I need to go over there and see everybody at some point. But yeah, they did connect. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What is your plan from here? I mean, where does Roxy go?
So I've just started doing something pretty cool. I have started adding artists onto my, how do I word this? There are artists that I can call to work with me or go to an event in lieu of me, depending on what the request is.
Okay.
If I can go, I'll always go. But during the holiday season in the past, I have to say no because I'm already booked.
Yep.
I don't want to do that anymore. So I've started, I don't want to say hiring because these are 1099ers, but I've started spending time with other artists, bringing them in, explaining to them how these events work. Maybe we have artisty days where we sit around together and do stuff just so I can make sure we're all on the same page. And the processes for, maybe we're painting on leather. Well, that's a very different process for doing something else that's on site. So this is something that I've just started doing, and I'm really excited about it because it's not about making more money, but one of the advantages is I'm supporting other artists when I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So artists that wouldn't otherwise have these opportunities. So I think that's like my way of like giving back, and they're making a lot of money doing this.
That's awesome.
So yeah, they're pretty happy about it, and
cool.
and I'm thrilled because now I don't have to say no to clients and have them go someplace else.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win. So that's where I'm going with that. I really want to focus on the live events and continue doing that. And I would love to do more commissioned work with painting. I mean, that is really where my passion is. My mom was a painter.
Oh, okay.
So I maybe, but it's
what do you like to paint? I mean, is it scenery? Is it people?
I don't like painting people.
Okay.
I don't like painting pets. I like painting things, and I like painting. Scenery's great. Landscape. I love doing objects.
Do you do concept scenery or do you do actual scenery?
I don't do actual scenery.
Okay.
I do concept scenery.
Okay.
So it's never, and my style isn't as realistic as, it's more impressionist
Okay.
than something that's realist. It's not really realist. I'm not going to try and match exactly what's in that photo.
Yeah.
I don't have interests. Like, I've noticed something about me. If I don't have the interest and the patience, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I just don't have that interest.
I feel that.
Yeah.
The same way, like, people have said things to me about woodworking. They're like, oh, you should just, do that and you make money. It's like, part of it is, I think when you're not doing it to make money and it's more a creative, it's easier. When it's like, when I have to do things for raffle prizes and things like that, it becomes hard.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like
Yeah.
a weird, like.
It's something you have to do then.
But some point, I'm going to make one of my bourbon boxes. I'm going to have you, we'll get some bourbon bottles. We'll get those etched out in some way, shape, or form. One of the things I've thought about doing a few different times is like a wine rack, but then have the wine glasses. And I think it'd be really cool. Can you do things like if I wanted, let's say, the Gilbert Water Tower, can you do stuff like that?
So that kind of stuff, kind of like this,
Yeah.
I always recommend you get that etched. So I don't
Okay.
do any etching. And the difference is, because a lot of people use these words interchangeably, but etching is a chemical process.
Okay.
It is a cream. So a cream went onto this glass with this template. There was something on there that marked out. They created some kind of a template or, whatever they did.
Mm-hmm.
And the cream went on in this format,
Okay.
in this shape. And then it was wiped away. While it was on there, it was eating the glass away.
Oh, wow.
That's what happened with that.
Okay.
So I don't use any cream. It's not a chemical process. I'm literally using a micromotor tool.
Scratching it.
And if you show up to the pop-up happy hour,
I will be there.
I will be there too.
Which I'm still trying to figure out where that is.
I don't know where that
Actually,
is.
I think I know. I actually think I figured it out.
Okay, don't say anything then.
But I'm
keep
not
it to
gonna say
yourself.
anything.
Frank wants everyone to keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
But you will see me in action at that event.
Nice.
And you will see what I'm doing. And I am using a handheld micromotor tool.
Like a Dremel?
It's similar to a Dremel.
Okay.
But more like what a person in a nail salon would use.
Okay.
But mine's more expensive, and I'm using different kind of bits.
Probably like a diamond bit or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
And those I'm literally engraving into the glass.
Wow.
I'm cutting the glass away.
Yeah.
While I'm doing it, and pressure is everything. And it's all you would not believe how many people come into me and go, "Oh my God, I can do that. Oh yeah, this is similar to what I did." Well, if that's true, congratulations.
Yeah.
I love that you can do that. That's amazing, and I want everyone to tap into that creative juice. But 9 times out of 10, they think it's easier than it is.
Yeah.
It takes practice. There is a learning curve. It's not that anyone can do it. You can do it, as well as you want to practice.
Right.
Just like anything.
Right.
You can do it.
You get better at it
Yeah.
over time.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing calligraphy for over 40 years.
That's incredible.
Over 40 years.
What
You'd
got
think
you?
I'd be better by now, right?
What got you excited about calligraphy?
I'd always been from one time I was a little kid. It's amazing. I did.
Just
Oh my gosh. I always did art. I still have stuff that I created when I was a kid.
no kidding.
I created these little note cards. I thought I was going to get them printed and sell them to Hallmark. Random designs, just random stuff, like some were flowers. One was like a woman's leg in a high-heeled shoe that just came. Like, I'm looking at these stuff and I'm like, where did that come from? But just random stuff. I did a lot of eyeballs for some reason.
Okay.
But I've always drawn and doodled and done stuff. And then we had creative writing as a kid in school. We had handwriting. We had to do the circles. I don't know if you had to do that.
Yeah.
And I mastered that. I was so good.
I was horrible. I mean, I can write in cursive.
I'm a lefty, and I mastered it.
that-
The only problem was when Erasermate came out. That was a problem.
It's like smudge.
Or just
You want to know a funny
erase
story?
the whole
You
thing.
want to know funny? When I got married, the only pen we could find was an Erasermate.
You're kidding me.
So our marriage license was signed in Erasermate.
Oh my gosh. Well, that might have been a sign for you right then and there.
If there wasn't a sign before it. That's funny. Yeah, no, that's crazy. You're left-handed. So see, like, what's odd, and people say, like, dyslexics have really bad handwriting, and I don't think I'm dyslexic. I think I probably was to an extent. I've gotten to the point where everything I write is in capital letters. Like, I feel weird writing in small letters. If I try to write in small letters,
Like caps
in
are faster.
lowercase. If I try to write in lowercase, I end up falling into I can't even call it cursive, a weird
Scribble.
mush.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love, my favorite word to write in cursive is love. Because it's so loopy-doopy.
Yeah, it is.
It's a weird one. But,
It is.
But I've never been able to write good in cursive. Like, I have to stop and, like, really think about what I'm doing.
I will tell you that cursive and calligraphy are very different.
Really?
Yeah, so calligraphy is made up of 9 strokes. There are 9 strokes you need to master.
No kidding.
And those strokes connect to make letters. And then those letters connect to other letters to make words.
Oh,
It's all building.
cool is that?
Yeah. Every time somebody says, "Oh, my handwriting is so bad," it has nothing. My handwriting's terrible.
But you've got to, like, stop and go, okay, I'm going to do this stroke,
Yeah.
this stroke.
You just learn it till you don't think about it anymore, just like anything. Just like riding a bike, just like anything.
Are there different fonts in calligraphy?
So a font is typically, that's really a word you would use for computer. Fonts are on computer. Humans don't make fonts.
Okay,
We
so
do scripts.
Okay, so is there a different script?
Yes, there are a million different
Okay.
scripts.
Okay.
A million of them. And yeah. And I can never really replicate well, sometimes I can. I mean, if you learn copperplate or something like this, you can replicate it. But, I mean, there are so many different ones. So inspo is really, that's my go-to. Oh, you like such and such? Great. Send me some inspo. Let me see what we're working with here. Well, I can't do that script exactly, but I can do something similar. What do you think about blah, 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 blah? And it's something that I can probably do naturally. And they say, oh, I love that. That's perfect. So it works out.
When you're doing it, because I've partially watched one of your videos, but never watched a whole one.
They're not that long.
I know. They're like 15 seconds. Do you have a template that you put down, or when you do it, are you actually like freehanding it?
What are we talking about? Calligraphy?
So like when you do these glasses for me.
Oh, I do it freehand.
Really?
It's all freehand.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Do you have to put lines on the glass to make sure? Because like when I write,
I do.
I go.
I put a line. Yep.
Okay.
I do. I think there's a video of me creating these where you can see me putting down the washi tape. I draw a line with a chalk marker.
Okay.
And then I just go ahead and... Sometimes I write it first. Sometimes I don't. In chalk marker.
It's freaking amazing.
It's so... Those are really fun to do. Like, I love doing these. So these glasses, you got these from Tim?
Yeah.
At Engrave My Memories. He
Yeah.
gave you the glass and did the etching?
Yes. Yeah. I bought the glass and the etching from
So
him.
these cut like butter.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I love this. Whatever this glass is.
Yeah, I have no
love it.
idea. They're crystal.
Yeah. No wonder. No wonder. They cut
They're
like butter.
very high end.
Yes, they are incredibly high end. Yeah, no, I really love what I do. When I'm on site and I'm working for Heaven Hill and we're doing an Elijah Craig or whatever, it's zip, 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 zip. There's no planning. There's no mock-up. I will write at the top in my scribbly handwriting. They'll spell for me, and then I'll go through and I'll engrave it just to make sure I don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
But there's no template.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no template.
You could go work at Disneyland doing like snow globes or
I
something.
would never work for Disneyland. Sorry, Disney. So from the time I was a kid, because I grew up in LA, Burbank's right there, Disney was known. Sorry for anybody who loves Disney.
I love Disney, so you're going to offend
I mean, it's not about loving Disney. It's about working there.
No, yeah.
But they work their team members really, really hard, and the
Yeah.
pay is not that great.
Yeah.
Like anytime a recruiter came to me with a Disney job, I was like, no thanks. It's always going to be below market. And
Yeah.
they work. They work so hard.
Yeah.
They work really long days. So no, I would never work at Disney. No thanks.
But if anybody wants to hire you, how do they find you?
Well, they can come to roxink.com, and that's ROXINK, like ink and a pen.com. Or they can find me on my Instagram. Or they can just look up Roxy Calligrapher, and they'll find me. I mean, Roxy with a Y. It's so easy to find me. Anybody
Is your name
can find me.
short for Roxanne?
Yes.
Okay. I'll never call you Roxanne, but I was just curious.
Yeah, only my parents call me Roxanne and the kids I grew up with.
Roxanne.
Yeah, because of that. Yeah, my parents were not happy about that. But yeah, no, nobody. That's not so. Growing up in the South or living in the South Bay, nobody called me Roxanne. They called me Rox. But my husband calls me Roxy. So 13 years ago, everybody knew I met called me Roxy
Interesting.
because he calls me Roxy.
Okay.
I never went by Rox. And of course, my mom's not happy about that because she thinks it sounds like a hooker.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she's not red nail polish and the name
Say,
Roxy. Not
yeah,
cool.
Mom.
Yeah.
You should show up sometime with really bright red lipstick, bright red fingernails. Hey, Mom.
Yeah, Roxy. I'm Roxy. Yeah. She's like, you're not a hooker. Don't call yourself. Okay.
Why would Roxy be a hooker?
I don't know.
Not like you're going by Bambi or something.
Well, she is incredibly religious, and it just didn't sit well with her
Yeah.
for whatever reason. That's okay. It's okay.
I won't go down that path.
Yeah, let's not go down that path.
Probably wouldn't be good.
No.
So one more question for you
Oh gosh.
before I let you go. If you could like turn back time and go back to your younger self, is there any advice you would give yourself?
By Yahoo.
Oh, well, yeah. Or MSN, Microsoft, or...
I think if there were something that I'm pretty happy with the way my life turned out, so I really don't have any regrets. But I think if I could turn back time and not have anything change, and for it to not be to the detriment of anyone, I think I would...
Go to Germany sooner.
I would travel the world. I have traveled quite a bit,
Nice.
but I would travel more. I would definitely.
Where would
travel
you
more.
want to go if you could go anywhere right now? Where
I
have you
would
not
go back
been?
to Europe because there were so many places we didn't get to go.
Yeah.
A lot of places. We did, in the 3 years I was there, 1 year of the 3 years I was there, I think we took 15 trips
Wow.
to 9 different countries in that 1 year.
See, that's crazy because like you think about, oh my God, but it's really like traveling
Everything's
to a
right
different
there.
state, right?
Oh, we went to London for concerts. We flew to London for concerts.
Really?
Is that insane?
That's incredible.
It's a quick hour and 20-minute trip.
It's like going up to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's
It was super
incredible.
quick, and we'd spend the night and come back the next day. It was no big deal. Or we would drive to Belgium to get chocolate from our favorite chocolatier. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if we wanted Flammkuchen, we could just go to France. And
Did you ever experience an Oktoberfest in Germany?
I did not. And honestly, Jan, that is not my deal. That is just too many people. And,
In one place.
I love my friends and I love my customers, but I'm not a big people lover. And my close friends know that. Anyone who listens to this who knows that, who knows me, knows that. That's not my deal.
Takes you back to the shy little girl.
It
Shy
used
little
to be.
Roxy.
Oh, I used to have parties in the South Bay. I would do a breast cancer party every year with 400 or 500 of my closest friends.
What?
Oh yeah, raising funds for Susan G.
gosh.
Komen, and I love doing that, and that was awesome.
Uh-huh.
But at some point, I didn't enjoy people so much.
Yeah.
Something happened. I don't know what it was or when it happened, but I realized that staying home with no pants on was a better choice. With or without a husband, it was a better
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah. Well, it's
So-
funny because I sometimes feel the same way. Like I used to go to Scottsdale to watch football every Sunday, and it's like okay, I'd rather sit on my couch
Yeah.
and just
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
I mean, I work hard, and I really enjoy my downtime.
yeah.
And I enjoy my friends. That's different.
Yeah.
That's really different. I mean, you know who my friends are. I
Oh.
love my friends. They're pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I really love that. But people, like, and I can't imagine. I can't imagine going to an Oktoberfest. It must be just insane. It must be.
Crazy.
Oh, Torsi has such great stories and the ones he remembers. But
right.
no, I don't want any part of that.
Brutal.
That's not my deal.
Very cool. Well, I really appreciated having you come on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Everybody that comes on the show gets this amazing glass
Tell me
that's
about
been
it.
hand etched by my friend Roxy
Has it
at
been
Roxy Ink Calligraphy.
Etched or?
Engraved.
Oh, cool.
Engraved.
I love it.
And you never thought when you had to do your own that you'd get it back someday.
I love it. I can't wait to use this.
And you'll get a coin too. I just happened to forget them on the other side of the room, so I'll have to bring
A
it up.
coin?
Yeah, hang on.
I don't know
I'll get
anything
it.
about that.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should hold down the fort. We don't want dead air.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this coin. I can't wait. Here he comes. He's got the coin. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is incredible, you guys. I am holding a very expensive silver coin.
Yeah, it's pure silver.
That states pure silver. I went above and beyond,
Yes.
where excellence meets elevation.
Woof, that was painful. Oh my God.
Home of builders. No room for you know what.
Yeah.
BSers. Yay. All right, awesome. This has been incredible. Jan, thank you
Awesome.
for doing this podcast.
Well, thank
And
you.
Thank you for having all these people on it. And
Yeah.
You've got the best job in the world.
Well, it's fun.
You get to know all these people.
I very much enjoy it, and
Intimately.
I hope people enjoy it listening as much as I like doing it.
I enjoy listening to it. I listen to every single one. It's like having a one-to-one.
Yeah.
Without actually having a one-to-one.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. So thank you. Appreciate
well,
it.
Thank you.
This is Roxy Szigat, and I went above and beyond.
So here's to APN where dreams align and every connection a chance to shine above and beyond. We'll always strive in APN's network. We truly thrive.
Like, share, and subscribe to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. Elevate your mindset, one episode at a time.